a disgusting weapon because not only is it, not only does it fire 7.62, it's basically an AKM, but the accuracy and the fire rate is insane. It's insanity.
Yeah. So if you played like any other game that has like an SMG in it with a high fire. How's that Groza? Yeah, quit out real quick. We definitely didn't see it. Just quit out. It's fine. It's fine. Just. What was that, level?
What's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent. Let's talk about the Gamescom PUBG Invitational Solo Main Event. I don't know what game, just some random game. I guess the one that Nevermore wins, so spoiler alert, but I think you guys should actually watch the full thing here because it's actually kind of exciting a little bit. And it's really just there. I have the whole thing uploaded for evidence, just purely naked. It is what you are seeing. Battlegrounds, is it eSport ready? What does that even mean? But is it to you? Is it ready as a spectator sport? Is it fun? Was it fun for you? And for me personally, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think it's interesting. I think it's cool. But that's just because Battlegrounds is fun and exciting. And what's really exciting is that this is a totally different kind of esport event. This is a totally different kind of game. And if Battlegrounds can work as an esport, then maybe we're going to see more MMOs. Maybe we're going to see Battlefield come back into play with esports. Maybe we're going to see more weird and different games come into the fray for esports. Maybe some IO games more than what we see. I don't know, dude. Like, the horizon is broadening here thanks to Battlegrounds. But in saying that, Battlegrounds is spearheading the genre. It is a great game in itself. I mean, obviously it needs work. It's early access. And it's spearheading the esports scene as well. So on two fronts, it's just doing a lot. It's an important game, and I think it deserves money. I think it deserves our attention. However, I think it also deserves some criticism because it is a game that is freaking awesome, and we love this game. Do we not? We love this genre, and we love esports. We love games, and this is an important game, and this is an important sort of milestone that we have achieved here with esports. However, we need to expedite things, okay? We need to accelerate things, or else the hype won't be kept alive, as we saw with H1Z1. So, Battlegrounds, what went wrong with this invitational? Okay, I only saw one game, and no, I'm not really enthralled to see the rest or, watch back the previous ones because the camera work was just shit. Not only was the camera not very good, but it was the third-person perspective this tournament was. And if you actually see, whenever I upload this video, you're going to see Twitch chat, you're going to see that it's just disgusting. Like, the third-person perspective makes people way too campy. It keeps people way too safe, way too often, and it results in very low kill counts, and it results in very unexciting spectator stuffs. Like, us actually watching the game. Maybe when you play the game, actually, I remember playing it a lot. Just camping is not exactly fun. Sure, there's a lot of, gamification with, like, peeking around corners, and there is, like, a extra layer of mechanics kind of added to the game because of third-person perspective. I know some people want to vote for it. However, there's a lot of mechanics with first-person perspective, and especially, like, there's a lot of mechanics just with that as well, and a lot of risk and reward. That's what the whole game is about. So first-person perspective would be way more fun to watch, and also I think it would be just as fun to play, which is why we now have first-person servers. But this tournament was not third-person perspective, and I think that this should just be an obvious, like, this is complete evidence that this is not the way to go. Third-person perspective for official tournaments, I really hope they don't do it. I don't appreciate it. Maybe it's different for teams because then it's kind of a different ecosystem, but third-person perspective, that's the main thing. That's going to be the one thing that I really want to push for. That was not good. Now, secondly here, for the spectator environment, which is going to be the cameraman, holy shit, was garbage. In fact, I want to offer my services. If you guys need a game capture artist, Battlegrounds, PUBG, player unknown, if you would, I am available for game capture artistry. I can help you with your streams. I can help you. I could probably do better than at least this person. But anyways, I don't know. These, like, even the commentators, who were amazing, actually, they cracked some funny jokes, and they were actually very knowledgeable of the game and helped explain the game a lot for people who are completely new, I think, in my opinion. But even they were saying things like, why are we watching this guy? Why are we over here? They would literally say things like, yeah, we don't really need to be spectating these people if we can just go. And like sometimes they would just completely talk about other people that, like, there's all this stuff happening. They'd be like, yeah, we don't need to be watching people over here because they're obviously safe. If we can go to the fringes where the circle is enclosing and there's a bunch of fights obviously happening, yeah, if we could just do that. I can't, but like the balls on the woman commentator. I don't know her name, so excuse me. Now, there were some really cool events that happened. Like, I mean, there's this one part where you guys definitely need to watch it. Cake gets 2 long-range headshots back-to-back, and it was pretty exciting. But in the end, the gameplay mostly was whenever we did actually get to see gameplay was mostly just people just kind of camping behind ledges or, hills or trees or what have you, walls. They were just using third-person perspective to kind of just scout, and that was basically it. Now, the gameplay, from what I could tell that I did get to see, I mean, it was fun, right? It's Battlegrounds. It's chaos. It's randomness. And I think teams would be way more exciting to watch, but whatever. We were doing the solo main event, and I think there could be some really cool, I guess kind of like Battle Royale, 100, free-for-all. I would just love free-for-all, period. Doesn't matter what number, style esports. So I think that's cool. But the issue that I have is really just like how you spectate free-for-all. Everything's happening all over the place, all over the time. And in Battlegrounds, there are times where whenever you are spectating certain people, like I said already, they would just be camping, which is often. And it kind of plays in phases because it's a timed game where the circle encloses on itself. So I think that there's lots of opportunity for when things kind of lull, for us to, maybe if we're spectating something and nothing's really happening and we missed, us as the Twitch viewers, as the viewers ourselves, we can't control the camera, right? So it'd be cool if the cameramen or the camera team were, recording everybody's perspective at all times, and there were multiple cameras flying around. And it'd be cool if they actually were spectating and capturing like a team fight that was happening over in the distance, or, like a free-for-all little brawl, a battle royale in the distance. We missed it. It'd be cool if then we can just kind of get a replay. I mean, we do that already in games like League of Legends. Like a team fight happens, and there's like a slight little lull, where things are kind of, will happen, unfold predictably. Then we can just kind of get a little replay, a little glimpse, and we kind of slow-mo that team fight and kind of really figure out what happened, and then we get back into the real time. And I think that sort of stuff is what needs to happen for Battlegrounds. I mean, it needs to happen. Now, already we can already see like we have clear silhouettes, or we have clear like we can see enemies or people through walls. That's really good. I kind of wish maybe that. I kind of wish there was a way to color code certain things, or maybe if like the player was very, very distant, then maybe they would be colored differently somehow. I don't know. I just wish there was some way to differentiate people, because it's really hard, especially depending on your internet connectivity or like the stream quality, to read their names. So I kind of wish that we could see their silhouettes slightly differently sometimes. I don't know how we would be able to do that, but yeah, basically like in games like CSGO or Overwatch, I don't know, they just have very clear colors. But it is free for all, and yeah, I don't know. It would be cool if just players, because you can see everybody. You can see everybody. Like, okay, there's like 50 people, maybe, or sometimes there'd be like 20 or a dozen people in like a little city. So whenever you're trying to really focus on two people who are obviously 1v1ing here, so you're seeing a lot of noise in the background, which you really don't need to see. So if there was a way to kind of gradient, or maybe just select a very specific area where we only see those people's silhouettes, because obviously they're the ones 1v1ing, that would be a freaking cool. Or, just maybe the camera team, if you guys could like select manually the two players that are engaging each other, and then just have them, even if they're over long distances, that would be freaking awesome, because there is a lot of long distance play in this game as well. But all in all, I think that the answers to these problems are not going to come easy. And me as a critic, it's not my job to, but I've already suggested some things, maybe, possibly. But the thing is that Battlegrounds, the way it is, it's a very different game. And it is like breaking new ground here. It's not going to be easy answers. And there's just no clear answers right now, immediately. There just isn't any. And that's kind of like an excuse a lot of people would give. But Battlegrounds is really promoting itself. And this whole genre has promoted itself as esports, right? People want this. We want this. As viewers, we want this. That's why we're watching. That's why 137,000 people were watching this just on this one Twitch stream. I'm sure other people watching the actual players playing it, or other games comms, or different languages, maybe even different sites. So I understand that everybody wants this to happen, not just the people making Battlegrounds. The players want this, the viewers want this, the developers want this. We all want to push for this, but we got to do it right. And it's not easy, right? It's completely a new land world, new horizons to go and explore. But I think that we can come up with answers. I think that that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, a lot of love, and a lot of, pressure from the community to make this work. And I think eventually we will. I think eventually it's going to turn out great. Because just look at like every esport ever, basically, like League of Legends early, maybe even like up to Season 3, wasn't the greatest spectator sport. Dota as well, coming out of the gate, did a pretty good job, and it's only getting better, really. Dota is freaking amazing, Dota 2, that is, specifically. And then we have like Overwatch right now is really not that fun, but I'm sure it's going to get better and better. And CSGO started out weak, and then now is a fantastic viewing experience. So there's lots of games that have honed their craft when it comes to the spectator sport, the eSport sensation that they become. I think Battlegrounds already is so big on Twitch. It's fun to watch, it's fun to play, and I'm sure it's fun to develop. I'm sure these developers love the game, and they really want to push for esports, and really this whole event just is smiles all around, but it's still at the same time, it's very glitchy. It's very awkward. I mean, there's a whole lot of just things that could have been fixed before. I mean, even if the game was just as buggy and glitchy and as slow as it is, sure, that's fine, but there's a lot of things that could have been prepared for ahead of time. So hopefully, with all our money, love, and support that apparently is everywhere with this game, completely enveloping and surrounding it, maybe we can get better production value. I'm just saying that. So I'm not saying that we should be super skeptical. However, there is becoming a bullet point list of things that's making Battlegrounds seem just a little bit shady when it's going back on the loot box prize thing. Basically, I don't know if you guys know about this, but they said they weren't going to do loot boxes. They weren't going to do microtransactions until the game released. They went back on their word so that they can fund something like this. But that's what I'm saying is the production of this wasn't the greatest. I mean, hey, they got it. I'm sure there's a prize pool and all that good stuff. Honestly, I don't even care to research it because it wasn't the greatest viewing experience, but I do love the game and the players. I mean, everybody loves this game, okay? So I just want to get that across. I'm not just, shitting on the game, but I think that we could do better. I think we could do better. Even if it's not obvious how we could do better, I know we can do better because it's just a lot of money going into this game, right? I think we can all agree. So if you guys have any suggestions, I don't know, if you guys want to theory craft how other games do their spectating, I know that Battlegrounds definitely took from CSGO a little bit with the way it does its silhouettes and things. So if there's any game that does spectating really, really good, please let us know the techniques in the comments below, and hopefully we start seeing that. And if we don't start seeing that and it's, the camera work and the whole production quality of Battlegrounds continues to stay this way, I don't know, man. Maybe we should not really hype up esports for this anymore. But I see that's the thing. If Battlegrounds can be an esport, that means so much more could potentially be an esport. That means MMOs, IO games, all sorts of really fun, weird genres can come. Maybe freaking Dark Souls. I don't know, dude. It would be free. Can you imagine competitive speedrunning where one player is actually trying to hit? I don't know, dude. That would be freaking cool. And Battlegrounds right now, it is freaking cool. It is really cool as long as we keep moving. So just wanted to make that a thing. Yeah, so last question, guys. Esports ready. What exactly does it mean? Does it mean just, hey, throw a bunch of money in? Does it mean relatively bug-free? What does it mean? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys have fun. Here's the rest of the gameplay, just, as evidence of what I've been talking about here. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.
I think I see a level 2 vest on him and a level 2 helmet. So he's probably going to move into cover now. He's going down towards what looks like Melter Power, heading down from Lipovka way. So he's going to be getting in towards a circle. Stoner, though, he's in the crates, I can imagine. He might be able to get an angle on this. He's going to have about 4 or 5 shots to land on this car. It depends if he keeps going, if he just guns it here. There's a car right behind him, too, so we're in a bit of a chase, a bit of an awkward fight here, because neither of them want to stop. They're not in the safe zone yet, but you're going to hear the shots just behind as he gets towards the lumberyard.
Stoner still getting tagged up, though, but he did see another player coming down, so he did back off for a second, as you mentioned, lumberyard. Got to be careful moving down this hill, though, because there are so many houses and so many little Harry Potter shacks when you just run down. Don't flip it.
Smashed it.
There we go. Landed it. Fine. But now look at the US. 2 of them just in the middle of the road. He's like, okay, so there's definitely 110% people somewhere in these compounds. Evermore's round the corner. He's driving right into him. This is dangerous. Evermore. He's round the corner. He just nails him as soon as he gets out of the car. His Uber turns up, but unfortunately, the passenger gets dropped off and eliminated. That is so unfortunate.
Look, Evermore's been playing the game that he wants to. He watched it arrive. That was like a special, delivery of whatever he fancied. Get some meds, get some guns. He's good to go. Now, Evermore's a curious player. He likes to play a little bit of a unique style, so we'll keep our eyes on that. But that's a little awkward, isn't it? You're just sat there like, well, what can I do? But you've got a decent 4 times. You've still got the Hollow there. He's got great versatility on now what he can use level 2s all throughout. So he's actually a really good spot at the moment. You can still see the players who are left up in the north having to work their way back down south, as Evermore will now just be going through all the meds, getting back into boost. He's fine now. He can probably take another fight, but he's just going to be using sound at this point. Milter is going to be littered with players. You can still see them on the extremities. No one's going for these drops, really. That's a lovely one, too. M24, 8 times level 3 helmet. You almost want to see it, but Forzen just got picked up by Panda.
15 bullets as well. Now, just a real quick one on the 6.86. You showed the double barrel shotgun before. Now, that has the quickest initial bullet speed out of all the shotguns. Does 25 damage per pellet. That's 9 pellets, and he had as well. He had all the attachments onto it. That gun is a disgusting weapon. But speaking of disgusting weapons, that to me is looking like a fully kitted M4.
Yeah, but I think he might have just lost his helmet. I don't think it showed in his inventory, but you can see it on the UI. There it is, half HP. So he's taking a lot of fire, but he has the cover. Flom on the other side is not going to miss shots. So again, you've got two very talented players, one more kind of armor to traditional military sim, and then Flom, your CSGO pro.
He's just going to chill. He's going to back off for a second, which is fine. He knows Flom's got the height advantage. Fair enough, this wall's there for him and he can chill. But where Flom is, it's not going to make a great deal of distance, even if he pushes back on this one to try and get out the door.
You would say, though, if Syndicate actually wants to take a shot, if he doesn't have patience and he's not known to be a patient player, if he peeks up, Flom will have about a second or two to nail shots. That's why you see the helmet gone. That's the first thing we'll show, where you're standing up, you can't exactly smash the shots down. So if Flom feels safe enough to stay in the open like this, he will probably win this fight down the line if Syndicate gets impatient. Flom's still got meds, he's boosting back up. And I think neither of them really want to take the risk here. Flom's trying to bait a shot. He's essentially doing what you do in CS of the wide peak. So you kind of bait the shot out first, get the kind of bullets going, and then you take the fight. But oh, Flom's taking a risk. That's two shots back to back. One more and it's going to be delivered. But no, back down to cover. This is good stuff from Syndicate, showing patience.
If he really wanted to, there we go. And this is exactly what I was about to say. He could actually peek and he could
hold the
peek
angle.
He could hold the angle, wait till Flom comes out again. Flom's not actually healing up, I don't believe, so maybe he's completely out of meds. No Red Bull left in the tank whatsoever. Again, though, Syndicate can hard peek if he really wants to, but now Flom is prepared for it.
Yeah, and also Flom can back away here. He's got a deflate behind him. He could just dip over to if he needs to back away, which he really should be now. I know he wants this kill. I know he's hoping that he can get it done, but Syndicate's not only got a suppressor, so he's not really being pushed on his position. Flom's ringing the dinner bell. You know what I mean? You're letting that Lee Enfield go in Cherno. Let's remember those times, essentially, is what's happening right now. Flom needs to be very cautious. Got the angle again, back and forth. These little jiggle peaks are lovely, but Lex goes down, who is the outstanding guy from the Mythic side. Maybe Flom wants to try and avenge his fallen teammate and take it out on Syndicate, but oh, Chappie losing out there. Stone Mountain. We're seeing a lot of players fall right now. That top 42 is now just starting to begin.
And look at this, still with a height advantage. Flom is ready for the engagement. Syndicate's pushed back down also. Now he's going to have to heal back. It looked like Flom does have bandages, so he can at least keep topping himself up. We'll see Syndicate bandaging as well, make himself a Red Bull. Fair play to the man, get that health absolutely banked up. Circle is now condensing. And you look at that, kind of homing in between shelter and farm. Lots of players on the inside. No one dead center because you do have a nice little compound there. Someone else falling down, missed it in the kill feed, unfortunately. One player, though, just laying just on the back of the defilade.
That's nice because you don't silhouette. You don't show yourself. And basically silhouetting, if you don't know what it is essentially if you run on the top of a hill, for example, they can't see each other. There's no way. He's literally on the other side of the hill. You can't hear it, you can't see it. Unless they've been in a prior engagement, which they may have been. Yeah, this is silhouetting. So from Panda's perspective, when he gets closer, he'll see him on the bright blue skyline. So essentially, he gets the most perfect shot. Rather than being down and, oh, he's going to have the high ground, this should be just a massacre. This should be a culling. Panda should land the shot every day of the week, but he's lost visual. He doesn't know exactly where he is. He must have caught a glimpse, but maybe not. Maybe they're running away from each other. Hot is now just fallen down to Scoom, so it's time to see these guys come into action. But Panda, again, creeping his way down, turtling away here. And they're not in the safe zone.
I don't even think they've seen each other. Maybe now. He just turned for a second, but honestly, I don't think they saw each other. There was no point that Panda decided to rush in or really follow through with that kill whatsoever.
Yeah.
Looking across the board then, one person, Moondine's going to move back in. One person kind of up near school, though. They're going to have some serious meds if they want to get back inside this circle. They've got a lot of work to do. Scoom's going to be topping himself up as well, getting tanked up.
Nicely good.
Yep, getting plenty of bullets in the bag, and why not? Two players will be coming in very closely. If you're looking at, in fact, three players. He's stuck between. Now, there's two of the houses over there here.
Yeah.
They potentially could be pinching one another if they move out also. I'm interested to see where they actually are in comparison to each other.
I think it's as I said, it's the compound over the road, so there's just two houses essentially near each other. But as I said, down to the last 37, the new circle going to be defined pretty soon. As you can see, the blue going to start working its way through in 30 seconds. Everyone's going to be trying to hunker down. No one should be in a state of transit if you're in the circle, obviously. You should be aiming for buildings to lock yourself into. Whether you like third person or not, obviously the hot topic right now, it doesn't matter. You play it smart, you play it safe, but look at the farm. It's all kicking off here. I don't know who's going to come out on top of this. This is very risky on the farm area. There's a lot of players, there's a lot of cover, a lot of small buildings to work from.
Break's
and,
gone.
Break's down.
Break's gone.
He is down. He was one of the players at the farm, but you're going to see a bit of water play here, which is just vile to watch. And there's the punish. Good tags back to back. Can't do much more than that. You've still got to move. You've still got to run. And that is, I'm not sure who this is we're watching, but he's got the suppressor. He's still got nades. He can make this hurt. Again, if you want to rush up a little bit closer, but you've got to be a bit careful. A player can still go into the back of the boat and shoot out from it. You can't really do much more than that, but yeah, no one likes to watch the water.
The only thing he could... Oh, he's getting shot from behind us.
Yeah,
He's got to be
behind him, he
careful.
doesn't know about it. He's confused, all you like.
He's still standing his ground. I don't think he realised that bullet came. He's getting dinked again. All right, he's actually going to drive in the water. Fair play to him. Now he'll jump out. Yeah. So the one player that he was going for a ridge, he's going to sit in the back of it and go, please get the kill.
One shot. Brilliant stuff. That was a lovely, lovely shot.
What a play.
No, beach it, Jesus.
I was going to go from what was an amazing play to what could have been the worst place I've ever seen. He just beaches it. But what a play. Sit in the passenger seat, get the kill, lean out. Awesome, awesome work.
All right, let's kind of catch up with what's been happening around Milta Town. This is on the extremities of the town on the hill that kind of leads down from the prison. You're going to see most of the battles coming here, but they shouldn't really be going down too much. These players in the houses are safe for now. They have no real reason to take fights unless they see a player moving in, which won't be happening. So, again, we don't really need to watch these guys. We need to look on the extremities here. And Serenity just fell. Not going to find any peace and calm for her, but at the end of the day, it's got to be looking around these edges here. Everyone in the buildings is going to be hunkered down, no need to fight. The bottom part of Milta on the bridge, we could have some fun going down here. Curvy Llama going to be in on this action as well. You got a couple of players. Again, house play really shouldn't be much of a bother here. As much as the farm will be busy, people don't want to move out of this, but he has the M24.
Now, Adaculus is one of the people that we mentioned before, could be the dark horse in this. Over 3K rating North American player coming out of Noble Gaming. M24 in his back pocket. I want to see what kind of damage he can do. I'm hearing more bullets. Same again. Same scenario. Sit in the passenger seat. Try and drill people down. He's got the silencer. Curvy Llama will go down, unfortunately, to Kick. Kick takes her out.
That's on the beach. You're going to see it now.
Yeah, he lands on the beach, and it's just... He's there chilling, so he knows where he is. I think he took a pop at him.
But look at the terrain surrounding these. Okay, so Cake, for example, has the terrain advantage. He's got a nice defilade to play with. You do have an 8-time, so that basically gives you a little bit of room to work with. A lot of loot there, a bit of a loot goblin approach, but hey, if it works, it works.
The most important thing for... Oh!
There's the M24. That just sings, doesn't it?
Bye-bye. See you later. That's what you get for trying to dink people in the side of a boat. It worked first time, my friend, but not the second time. Cake says no, not today. Lands a bullet between his brain, and he's also still inside the circle. But the big problem for him here is he's on the beach. There's not a lot of cover. You've got these rocks where he is, but apart from that, he's going to be easy picking some people down on like the low-tier apartments. He's seen some.
Oh, it's suppressor with the Kar98. This could be big 4 times. Adjustment not quite on. A little off for my taste there. Again, not adjusting well enough. I'm not sure who this is. Lucy needs to get the aim going. Think of that bullet drop. Think of the 4 times. Think of the kids. Finally a shot lands. Maybe one more could do the job. Ooh, that looked close, but no cigar. Again, the reload's going to take a while. Not sure if the bullet loops are on the back of that Kar98, but a readjustment from Cake as he looks to make his way up. He doesn't know where the shots are coming from. They could be anywhere. The suppressor works so well. What is this? Please land the shot. Stop making me talk about this horrible fight that's happening.
And now he can just lay down behind the castle.
Yes, Cake!
M24! Third time in a row! Cake, you monster! This is insane!
If you're going to miss that many shots, you deserve to die like that. Cake, thank you for that. That was the icing on the cake for me. Brilliant denial. If you whiff that many sitters of a shot, you're not going to be standing for long in this caliber game. Again, the kind of the north side's going to have a little crunch. It's mostly over towards the west. Milta is going to be absolutely teeming with players now.
Feels so bad, man. You whiff, you dink him once. You hit 1, I believe, out of 7 shots. Kick spins around 8 times. M24, bang, straight between the eyeballs. Takes it down.
Here we go.
That's
Look at
3
this
in a
battle.
go.
God, this is going to be mad here. The junction in the middle of Milta has players everywhere around it, and you're going to see that.
I love that.
With no flash hider on, you can tap these shots all day. Cake's still alive. This guy's going beast mode this time. High kills, high value. The M24 sitting well, but the prone in towards the Theresa May fields of wheat. Clearly going to work out well here. It's going to be quite tricky to find people in that, even in third person. Here in this, oh, look at the HP on this player, though, getting out of the car. A mistake to be made. Why
That's
did you not
unfortunate.
expect someone to be in here? You're hearing these shots. They're not suppressed, but this is where it matters. Cake, what can you do? Show us what you're made of, my man, because I'm loving the play so far.
Time to run, and he does have the cover of the hay bales. He's also going to get inside that circle now. Oh, no, just drifts for a second more. He's completely stimmed up. You're hearing the bullet dinking off the floor, though, bouncing around. He's running into somebody, though, doesn't see them coming. And now the M24 hits the floor, unfortunately. Will that player capture it, though? Yes, it will, so Idaculus
Takes the risk.
Sniper rifle now go into his hands. But look here, Kapowski, unfortunately, is just on the edge of the circle, so she's going to get forced out of these houses if anyone's just waiting for her.
There is a nice bit of terrain. You can see a little bit of the dip on the hill. You can still run him relatively safe. And the other player, I'm not sure if Moleman is aware of her position. He could spot it, but he's probably more worried about Panda, who's been letting off shots on the other side of things. But this is going to be fun. We've got Luminosity and the TSM guys just throwing it down the north. Sai Syndicate is posted up. He's safe. Drassel's there taking a fight, and right now it's going to be Moleman actually getting pincered here. He's in a bit of a bother. He's got a player behind, player in front. He can't hide himself from both. And right now he's switched on to someone else. I'm not sure why, as Moleman did find him. He did get it done, even though his HP was so low. You expect this from him, though. He's one of the Liquid boys. He should be delivering on all fronts. Safe in Milta. This guy is, I'm not sure why we're watching him. There we go. Let's have a look around. Scoom locks down a building. The buildings that remain a hot property, of course. That's where you want to be. A little bit hard to get run off on here, but nice spray control coming out from Scoom. Nice work from him. Absolutely powerful play. So again, keep yourself in these buildings for now. Play it smart, play it safe. You're seeing the big players doing this. This is the smart plan that I like to see.
Inside the circle as well, so plenty of time. He can chill here for a bit and let players advance forward and wipe them out from that window. Evermore, unfortunately, in no man's land. He's only got a little hut to try and stay alive, but he is getting tapped up pretty hard. Scoom will hold his ground. He knows Viz is up there. We saw the initial battle early on, just chilling in Harry Potter. He needs to make some magic happen because he needs to come inside. He needs to move inside the circle.
And this is smart play from Scoom. You basically watch where your vulnerability is and where the open ground is and where players are going to have to move from that you know. So he's playing this very well. Let's look towards the south side of the city if we can, in towards Milta. I'm not too worried about these two for now because they can fall back. They're not in an immediate fight. But in the further southeast side of the city, there's a lot of players close together. And here we go. You can see the kills coming in. And that's the guys we were talking about. Actually, Moleman finding another. He's fought his way out of that 1v2. He was locked in. He was pinched in. He's won that fight. And again, running against the circle, he'll get himself win. That's going to be Hollywood as well. A guy to keep your eyes on in the future. We've got some of the classic guys left here from either side. And now with the blue moving, and we're going to see a couple of players having to move.
We'll bring that POV back in just a second, and there it is. One player will have to be forced outside the farm. Moleman's moved. And unfortunately, though, person inside the farm, that's going to be Dingus Khan. Was just waiting for him, melts him as well. Perfect play from him, realizes the circle is on his back and is forcing him into his line of sight. Two players, though, moving through the field. That's going to be Ollie. That's another player out of Luminosity. Also, one player coming out.
This could be a banger of a shot. Ollie needs to land this, though.
That's going to give away his position, unfortunately, but he's also got the pressure of the circle closing him. It's got to force him out of nowhere.
Someone's heard this. Daz has heard this. One of the Noble guys, he's going to position himself for a push now, being so dedicated to hearing this. But the LG player working his way in, got to be careful. Nice work from Ollie in the end. Delivers every single bullet of that 5.56. But every single shot he makes, you can see the other players getting closer and closer. Viz eyes this up as well. Two of the bigger players maybe throwing this down, yeah.
He's actually going to tag him, but Daz, as you mentioned, he knows exactly where this one player is. He's been listening for a while. He's forced to move back, but he's also getting shot from on top of the hill. So top of the hill at the moment, doing some serious damage. Great shots coming out of Ollie, but
sick work.
The kill is insane.
Great stuff.
Doesn't realize the player's still down low though. Now
he's
we see him.
third
He's just
person.
copped him. Yeah, there we go. So he did cop for him. He throws the bullet up top. Excuse me, the grenade up top. But this is keeping him pinned. While this is going on though, the circle time's going down.
So the problem is that now Ollie, he can't run to the right because it's open ground, really. He's going to have to just go through this. He's stimming up right now because he knows it. He can go full auto and take a fight, but he knows that someone knows where he is and he knows where they are. This is very uncomfortable. Beautiful work earlier towards Sai Syndicate. And look at this. Ring of Roses begins, but Daz is off. He knows he's got the advantage to run away with. As long as he gets a line of sight of the push-up, Ollie might get a vision on this. Let's see if he does. He has. He's got to surely land this one. Ollie, did you blow your load too early? No. Sign sealed and delivered. He finds another, but the HP, he took the risk of the kill, and he just falls to the ground. A huge error from Ollie. He could have held his nerve. He could have waited. But no, he took the fight, and now we've got to see who's left standing. Viz is up, Scoom is up. We've got Evermore, the Korean player, still in this one. So many players still to look at here, as we're going to see a couple of them now dying as we speak. It's getting pretty hectic.
Yeah, we'll try and get some of these POVs now so we can see one player will fall. That's going to be Dingus Khan, taken out by Spy Jaya. Several people now inside the circle, two more.
Look
one
at
on the road
Scoom
as well.
Viz.
They're still
so
going.
close.
Are they in the building?
Yeah, the winner of this fight, I think, will win this game. They get the high ground from it. For me, at least, Evermore's going to be watching the push across the road. He knows the battle, but can we try and get the view of the other guys behind him? These guys are just playing the third-person angle. These two are what I'm interested in. Do they know the battle? Do they know the fight? They're going to hear these shots. He's moving up. Scoom's got to know there's players close by. But how does he work his way out of this one? Looks towards the balcony. He's going to have to wait on this. Not stimmed up either. He does have stims. I just saw the red ball, and I saw everything else. This is going to hear the door shut. This is what matters. Down to 4 now. This, I don't think that Scoom knows that there's a player below him. He's laying down fire here. That's Scoom going to get another kill. Top 3 now, but he's going to be closed in on. The luck begins slowly creeping up, but he has the safety of the door. But as soon as he drops, this is surely going to just absolutely destroy him. Or does he realize? Is he being an ultimate slick daddy right here? Because that would be amazing if it is.
Well, he's going to move, so yeah, Scoom's going to get the information. There you go. Information has been given away. Maybe that was the potential. He'll try and bait the door. Will he close it again? He knows exactly where he is. He keeps looking at him. Thing is, though, if he... Oh, is he actually going to get in the car and bail?
Vis right now is taking meds. I don't know if he heard the drop. So Vis doesn't know this, but Scoom's trying to find an angle. The third person's going to come into play. They both see each other. Oh, Scoom! Absolute beautiful play, and now it's Evermore against him, waiting towards the south, slowly creeps up. Oh, no! It's Evermore! He appears at the right time, peeks over the hill. The third person play plays well for him, but Scoom went above and beyond. 5 kills for him, but Evermore played patiently. He played the edge of the circle. He was the guy he went to the spawn island last game. So what a play from him, working his way back in. I like this guy. He is a very unorthodox player, but he certainly does what he needs to. He played it smart. He let the others fight it out. And as soon as he heard the shots, he got the angle.
Evermore from 4Entro is your winner in round number 2. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. For the second time in a row, though, a member of Team Liquid. Once again, second place. Team Liquid clawing at the bit. I mean, fair enough, it doesn't matter on a grand scale when it comes to teams, because this is all about solos and individual challenges. But amazing, amazing work this time from Evermore. He calls, he collects, and he is your winner.
Yeah, I know a lot of the Overwatch players out there who are watching this will be happy with that one, known for his ability in this. Maybe just going to get him someone who's comfortable to talk through to our host with, as you can see